Hi, I'm SurvivorDude, and I'll be showing you how to make fire with a flint stick. So, I'm not going to make a complete fire, I'm just going to get a flame, and I'll show you a few couple ways. So, I'll just kind of sort these out. I'll zoom in on these a little bit so you can see. Okay, so I've got some Saskatoon bark shavings and some charred cloth. I've got just some charred cloth so you can see what kind of happens when you ignite it. I've got a cotton ball and Vaseline, just a cotton ball, some lint, and a commercial fire starter. So I guess I can start off with the commercial fire starter. I'll go over kind of how you can prepare it. Here's my flint stick. Here's my pocket knife. Whenever you're striking flint stick or flint, you want to have the knife at a 90-degree angle and push. So just 90-degree works best, but it really dulls your blade, so I'm using kind of my worst kind of pocket knife. So this one's just made for the flint. So first thing you want to do with this is you want to squeeze and kind of shimmy it apart. It's kind of hard to do, but you get really kind of hairy, and that's the stuff you want, like that. Then just go. You want to keep your knife where it is, but move the flint back, because if you move your knife, you can go and just smother the spark and flame that you may have created. So there you go. There's one. That lasts for a while. Okay, so my first one's still burning. It burns for quite a while. But next I'm moving on. Something you may have is lint. You could find this in your pockets, but luckily you won't find this much. This I just got some dryer lint. You want it to be like cotton or some natural based stuff, no artificial. So then what you want to do, you want to kind of shimmy it apart till you get nice kind of hairy and nice and fluffy as you can. So this should work almost like the cotton, except if you don't have the right material, it won't work at all. So there you go. Flame is really kind of dull, but it works. You can definitely start a fire with that, but it goes out really quickly, as you can see. Still burning, but it's just shrinking. You can barely see the flame too. Okay, so the one I have just an ordinary cotton ball, the other ordinary cotton ball plus Vaseline or petroleum jelly. So you want to loosen it up, get those nice hairy fibers. There's one. But then this one, what I'm going to do, take some jelly on my finger, wipe it on here, kind of smear it all in, and then break it apart. There you have the two. But you tell me which one lasts longer. The cotton works fine, but with the petroleum jelly, it can just be really nice to have. Chopstick works well too. So here we go. Here's just the normal cotton, and then with Vaseline. So they're both burning, but you see how much bigger the flame is on the with petroleum jelly. The just normal cotton is pretty much out right now. You can see how much of a difference that petroleum jelly made. There's that, and then you can see my first one is still burning. That's the commercial brand. So that's nice to have, but the petroleum jelly still burning really nicely. Okay, here's my charred cloth from yesterday's or the other day's video, how to make charred cloth. So this, I'm just going to show you what happens, then I'll do it with my Saskatoon bark shaving. So you just get it. It's going to be kind of hard to do. Here, I'll just get the spark in it, then I'll show you. So, see that? Glowing red already? You just give that a little blow, and that whole thing's a glowing ember. The whole thing, look at that. And that catches spark really easily. Okay, so here has some more charred cloth and a pile of Saskatoon bark shavings. So it's been raining here a lot, but you just shave away the first layer of bark and it will most likely be wet, but underneath is really, really nice dry stuff. So you can do that same with wood, just peel off the outside bark, then just shave some inside piece of wood to get nice tinder and kindling. So you just want to kind of make somewhat like a nest in it for your charred cloth to sit in. I have quite a big piece of charred cloth, but this would obviously I'd have a whole bunch of like dried grass around. So once I got this into flame, you'd want this tinder bundle to be bigger because I might burn my hands, but I'm just doing a demonstration. So, and with all of these, I'd have my fire waiting. But, so here we go. Okay, we've got one. Just kind of close it in. Blow. There you go. Flamage. Those are a couple ways you can make fire with a flint stick. Another great tinder would be birch bark. Birch bark works really well if you peel it nice and thin. So, also another way to make fire would be a magnesium flint stick. If I get one, I'll go over that in another video. But these are a few ways you can make fire with a flint stick. Thanks for watching. See you next time.